Mr. Trump, this is Dr. Pachenik, and what I want to say is the following. The impeachment process that the Democrats have undertaken is nothing more than a disguised coup by the CIA. Why the CIA? Number one, there is no such thing as a whistleblower in the CIA. The directors of the CIA have been absolutely incompetent. Gina Haspel before was involved with torture and terrorism. You've had Morrell, you've had Tenet, you've had Brennan, all incompetent. For 30 years I've worked with the CIA, and it is known as an accepted organization. Accepted means E-X-C-E-P-T-E-D, not accepted. That means you can fire at will. There is no such thing as a good Samaritan or a whistleblower. He should be fired and brought up for treason, as well as any of the analysts. CIA analysts are redundancies. They're useless, worthless. You have one congresswoman who was a CIA analyst, totally useless. For 30 years, I've worked with the CIA. I've worked with military intelligence. I've worked with all types of intelligence. But consistently, the CIA has been very poorly performed in any execution or analysis of Russia, the Soviet Union, Cambodia, Panama, and whatever other things. But let me tell you, as a Deputy Assistant Secretary in 5 different administrations, I had no problem firing CIA station chiefs, CIA operatives, and analysts because they were useless. Now, it's your job to start firing CIA operatives. It's your job to start firing in the White House personnel, and it's your job to understand that you have to understand what a coup looks like. Now let me get to the people who are involved. Who are the 3 people involved? Number one, it's Biden. Biden clearly is corrupt. Biden was an individual whose whole history is nothing but pathological lies and corruption. In high school, he was a plagiarizer. In college, a plagiarizer. In law school, a plagiarizer. He was the lowest man in every school. He was dumb as they come. And more importantly, he had an aneurysm in his brain. And what you have now clinically is that Biden is demented. There's no question he's disoriented to time, place, and person. He didn't even know which state he was in, and he confabulated. That's called clinical dementia, but none of the other neurologists or psychiatrists are going to tell you. Number 2, Hunter Biden is a totally incompetent individual, dumb as his father, went to Georgetown and Yale because of the gratitude of Yale to his father, was appointed by Alan Aptar, an investment banker, a Jewish investment banker who headed up Burisma in Ukraine and received $50,000 a month for not doing anything other than being corrupt for his father. And who else was appointed on that board of Burisma? Joseph Conrad, another Blackwater man who basically, Joseph Black, who was basically a CIA operative and the national security advisor for Mitt Romney. Who else was on that board? John Kerry's son, Heinz. And Kerry, ironically, is a Jewish individual, but he doesn't tell you that. He's CIA, went to Yale. His father was a Jewish Austrian who felt he was ashamed of his background, became an Episcopalian, and sent Kerry, the corrupt, self-aggrandizing narcissist, to Yale and St. Paul School. So what you have here, in effect, is a massive attempt to displace you and the administration out of its job. That is called a coup. It's called a hard coup because this has been going on for quite a while. Why do I say that? Admiral McGuire was just appointed a month ago, and he correctly said in his testimony, this is an unusual thing to see where you have a good Samaritan or a whistleblower come out of the blue and basically write up all of this nonsense that he did. Number one, there are no whistleblowers in the CIA. Number 2, these analysts are useless. If this analyst has all that time to write up the extensive document that he did, that means he's not doing his job, which was not a great job to begin with. Fire him, fire Gina and the CIA. Let me give you a quote. Stalin said, some people are some problem. No people are no problem. You're going to need someone like me or someone else to clean out your White House. Good luck and good night.